box. Up there it is.
Thanks, Vicki.
I'm like, where's the box?
And then maybe mention at the end how you want to end the class. Generally, I think, Vicki, you like to just let people zone out and kind of say goodbye, and then we stop the meeting, and hopefully everybody is on their way to some Zen rest.
Perfect. Okay. Hi, everyone. Couple of quick notes here. I just want to go through just a couple thoughts and things usually that I talk about with this class. This class is class that's going to just teach you how to really relax. We're going to work just a tiny bit, do a little stretching, and get ourselves set up for some serious relaxation. Because you're home, you can always wear PJs. You can have light music on, a candle, dim your lights, spray a little lavender, whatever makes you relax. So just take your time, and get yourself set up. We need just a couple of things: bolsters, pillows, chairs, blankets. The other thing that I think is really, really important with sleep is not to use our electronics, not to watch TV. Maybe when you're done, grab a book if you're still awake, take a bath. This class is just really going to relax you. So when we're done with class, you can just stay in Shavasana, or you can quietly get up and go to bed, or you can go lay down in, your bed for Shavasana, whatever works for you. So we're going to start with a really simple sequence. So we're just going to settle ourselves down. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, do that now. So just take a big, beautiful breath in and pause for 4 and exhale. So let's gently find our breath tonight. Big breath in, pause, and exhale. And one more big breath in and exhale. So let's do one more thing. So let's take our hands and make gentle fists. Let's take a big breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to gently open our hands. And we're going to start to think about letting the stress of today go, letting all the anxiety, turn off your monkey mind, and just really start to relax. So one more time. So we'll make little gentle fists and take a breath in. And as we exhale, slowly open our fists and let that stress go. So let's take a big breath in, and let's drop our chins gently down to our chests, stretching out the backs of our necks. And pause, and let's take 2 breaths here. And one more time. And let's bring ourselves back to a neutral neck position. And let's drop our right ear to our right shoulder, stretching out our left side of our neck. Don't overstretch it. If it doesn't feel like enough, maybe take your hand and gently place it on your left ear and stretch that head a tiny bit more. And let's take 2 breaths here. One more. Slowly release that hand and bring that head back to neutral. And let's drop the left ear to the left shoulder. You're going to find one side's a little bit tighter than the other. And if this is enough, just stay here. If you want to place your hand on your right ear, stretch a little bit more. Beautiful. And let's release our hand and bring our head back to neutral. So we're just going to do a couple neck rolls. We're going to go twice in one direction and twice in the other. So slowly drop your chin down to your chest and slowly stretch. And roll that head and neck to the right. And just nice and slow and nice and gentle, letting that stress go of the day. And when you get back to center, take one breath in and exhale and slowly roll that head and neck in the opposite direction. 2 times. Beautiful. And you come back to center, take another breath, and bring that head up straight. So we're going to go through a sequence that's relatively easy, and we're going to do it 3 times. So we're going to take our hands up to cactus or goalpost arms. We're going to take a breath in and clap our hands and slowly stretch back. So when you stretch back, I want you to think about really pulling those shoulder blades together. If you've had surgery, just go as far as you can. Don't overdo. And let's do this 5 times. Perfect. And one more. And let's place our hands on our shoulders. And we're going to gently pull up like we're pulling up a shirt, stretching our fingertips wide. I want you to really stretch your arms out. And let's do this 5 times. Maybe it's looking up to the ceiling. Whatever feels good tonight. That's 3. And this is 4. One more time. Big, beautiful stretch. Bring the goodness in and let all that stress go. And let's place our left hand on our right knee. And I want you to take your right hand and slowly turn and look over that right shoulder. And breathe. And one more breath. And let's come back to center. So we're going to do the opposite side. So keep your knee here, your hand, and then take your left hand and slowly let's look over that left shoulder. And big stretch, maybe a little bit more. Beautiful. And come back to center. So let's do the same sequence again. So our hands are up in cactus, and we're going to just reach and pull back through. So you should start to feel a little stretched out, waking up that back just a little bit, some of your muscles. All of this should feel really good after a long day. Maybe you work at a computer, so you're bending. Beautiful. And hands to shoulders. Stretch up, reach for that sky. Bring that goodness in. Breathe and exhale. And 3 more times. Perfect. And 2 more. And 1 more. Stretch those fingertips. And let's place our right hand, or I mean oh my gosh, I'm having left hand on our right knee. And let's turn and look over that right shoulder. And breathe. Let's take 2 breaths here. And maybe walk those fingers back a little bit more. And come back to center. And take your right hand, place it on your left knee. Slowly turn and look over that left shoulder. Beautiful. And breathe. And let's come back to center. So let's get on our hands and knees. If you have bad knees, you might need a blanket. Sometimes I do. I'm on 2 mats. So we're going to come into a tabletop position with our fingertips spread wide. So we're just going to do a little cat-cow and a few more stretches. So let's start with our foot stretch. So we're going to lift our right foot up And we're gonna gently roll our toes under and you're gonna push back through that heel, stretching out that calf. And maybe push just a little bit more. Don't overstretch. Breathe. And let's place that right knee back down. Let's flip that left foot, rolling those left toes under and pushing back. Beautiful. And breathe. Remember to breathe. And come back to center. So let's do some cat cows. So your hands are directly under your shoulders. I want you to push through your palms and start to round your back. And as you exhale, slowly arch and lift your head. So take your time and find your own breath. Breathing in and out. And gently rounding your back and arching your back. Don't overdo it. We're nice and relaxed doing this. Let's do 2 more. And when you're done, come back to neutral. So we're going to start with a little balancing. This can get tricky. So we're going to lift our left hand up. And if this is enough, stay here. You feel like you've got a little bit more, maybe lift that right foot. And I'm taking the chair. Flex that foot and stretch beautifully. And pull in through your abs and balance. And if you want a little bit more, take that elbow to that knee. And maybe do that 3 times as you're breathing. At any time, you can set your hand down, your foot down. Beautiful. Release it. Let's do the other side. Stretch our hand out and pause and get your balance. Lifting that left leg, flexing that foot, breathing and balancing. And you can stay right here. You can set your hand down, whatever you need tonight. And then if you can, draw your right elbow into your knee. You can see I'm having some balancing issues. And that's okay. Beautiful. And release it down. Let's go into child's pose just for a second. So you're going to spread your knees, touch your big toes. Release those hips, sit back on your feet and stretch your hands out. You can stretch your hands out as far as you like. Take a couple breaths here. So we're going to gently come up on our fingertips and we're going to walk our hands to the right. And we're gently going to go back down over that right knee and stretching out that left side. And take a couple breaths here. And gently walk back to the center. And pause. And then let's walk to the left side. Stretching out that right side body. And bending over that knee. This is a great stretch when you can't sleep at night. You just get up, go onto your floor, and go into child's pose for a few minutes. Come back to center. We're going to come back to our tabletop, and we're going to thread the needle and do a twist. So we're going to start by lifting our left hand up. We're going to thread it behind our right. We're going to drop our left ear down to that mat and stretch. If you want a little bit more, take that right arm, swing it around your back, and reach for that left thigh. And let's take 2 breaths here. And one more beautiful breath. And slowly take our hand and push ourselves back up to our tabletop. And we're going to do the other side. We're going to take our right hand up to the sky. We're going to thread it behind our left. We're going to take our right ear down to the mat. Now, if this is too far to go, you can always take a block and lay your right ear on that block. Whatever feels comfortable. You can stay here, or if you want to take that right hand, reach it around your back and stretch a little bit more. Let's take 2 breaths here. And let's slowly come back to our tabletop. Terrific. So now we're going to come onto our back. We're going to do a little bit of stretching before we do some of our restorative poses. So lay down flat on your backs. And we're simply going to, and wiggle down. Make sure you're nice and flat. Your back's pushed into that mat. And we're going to point and flex our toes. Slowly stretching out our legs a little bit. If you walk, this is really good for you. And on your next flex, I want you to think about moving your arms. So take your arms overhead. So just go as far as you can. Again, if you've had surgery, you don't need to bring your arms overhead, or you can set them down on a bolster, and you can stop here. It's your yoga practice. So we just do what feels good to us. So let's do a few more. Beautiful. Let's bring our hands down to our sides, and let's take our feet and stand on our mats. And we're going to do a little swishing. So we're going to swish our knees to the right. So massaging that lower back and those hips just back and forth a couple times. And we're going to do a nice gentle twist in a minute. And that helps with some of the toxins in our bodies. So come back to neutral. Take your hands and put them out in a T. If you have things in the way, just scooch them away. And take a big, beautiful breath in, and let's drop those knees to the right and then turn your head and neck to the left. You're doing a lovely twist. Your knees are not going to touch the ground. And just breathe. So let's take 3 beautiful breaths here. One more. Let's switch our knees back to neutral. And slowly drop your knees to the left and turn your head and neck to the right. Beautiful. Look out over that right pinky finger and take 3 breaths here. One more breath. And switch back to neutral. So let's do a pigeon stretch. Let's take our hands and place them down near our sides. And let's take our right foot and stand up on that ceiling and cross it over our left knee. You can just stay here and gently push on that right knee, or you can reach through for that left thigh and pull that into your chest. You should feel that stretch right through here, right through your hip and your tushies. And if this doesn't feel like enough and you want to crunch yourself up, you're welcome to do that. You can always stay down or just set your head back down and relax and breathe. And let's take 3 breaths here. Slowly slowly start to set your left foot down and your right foot. And let's lift that left foot up to the sky, flexing that foot, nice, beautiful stretch, crossing that left leg over that knee and pushing on that left knee, and then reach for that right thigh, pulling that into your chest. You're going to notice one side's tighter than the other. If you want more, lift your head, neck, and shoulders off that mat and crunch. And take 3 breaths here. One more. And slowly set your head and neck down, your right foot, and then your left foot. So we're going to start with a bridge supportive. So if you've got blocks, take a pillow. If you don't want a block, you don't have to have a block, but I recommend it because we're going to be here. I'm going to watch the time. So probably 3 or 4 minutes, not too long, because we want to save time for the other poses. So you're going to push through your hands and lift your hips up to that sky. Take that block and set it behind your tushy and relax onto that block and wiggle those shoulders down. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. You can have your hands facing the earth, or you can have your hands up facing the sky, whatever feels comfortable. If your knees feel funny, have your knees touch like a little kickstand together. And breathe and close your eyes, and I'm going to watch the time for you. So really relax into this pose. You start to feel yourself tensing up. Think about making yourself really heavy. Think about letting your hands go. If you need to make a gentle fist again, make the gentle fist and open your hands very slowly. Think about your shoulders melting onto the ground, having your hips heavy on that block, and really relaxing. Let the tension go. We have a tendency to be in a pose like this and we're all tight. You don't want to be like that. You want to just really start to relax the body. Teach the body to relax. It takes time. You can do it. We have 1 more minute here. And if at any time it feels like it's too much, then slide the block out and just relax. And start to find your breath. And take a breath in and push through the feet. Lift up those hips, remove what's over under your hips. Slowly set your hips down, and it's going to feel a little funny. So hold onto your knees and gently rock from side to side, massaging that lower back. So we're going to set up for our first restorative pose, which is a reported child's pose. So I had my socks off. I'm going to put my socks back on. I'm going to put a hoodie on. So I'm nice and warm because we're going to be on the floor now. So if you're not bundled up and you want to get bundled up, go right ahead and do that. You want to make sure you're nice and comfortable. And we're going to get set up. So you're going to grab a bolster or a pillow. You grab a sleeping pillow, pillow off your sofa, whatever you have at home. I'm going to take a yoga bolster here, and I'm going to lay it right here on my mat. So one of the things I like to do is I like to take a blanket and I like to make it a narrow runway. So I fold the blanket long and I roll it over the bolster. So when you get ready, just take your right hip and place it up against that bolster. I'm going to grab my phone because the clock's down in the yoga room. So I don't want to leave you guys here too long. So I think we'll probably be here for about 5 minutes. So get your hips set up against that bolster. And I'm not going to do a lot of talking. I'll do more talking when we do the inversion with the chair. So if you have glasses on, you might want to take them off. So take your time and take your hands and just slowly roll down over that bolster. So you're going to give that bolster a hug. Now, right now, I'm not real comfortable. So I'm going to shift my hips and move my feet until I feel really comfortable on this bolster. So take a breath and start to relax and hug that bolster. And we're going to be here for 5 minutes. So close your eyes and let your breath go. Again, if you want to start with a gentle fist and slowly open your hands and letting that stress go. Hope you guys can hear me. I'm laying on this mic. And breathe and relax. So if anytime you start to stress and tighten up your feet, be mindful about melting over that bolster, relaxing your legs and your feet. You have about one more minute. Just have to wiggle your fingers and toes. Don't want to wake up too much. Gently want to push yourself up to seated. And we're going to go on the other side. So you can either take your bolster and move it to this side, or you can sit up and just twist yourself and put your left hip up against the bolster. Use my phone to watch the clock. And you're slowly going to do exactly what we did on this side and slide those hands down and wiggle yourself down onto that bolster and give it a snuggle and then wiggle your hips and feet until you feel comfortable. And if you're starting to get cold, you can always cover up with a blanket. And we're going to be on this side for 5 minutes. So find your breath and melt yourself down into that mat and breathe. Again, if you're feeling too much tension, be mindful of how relaxed you are. Let your head melt into that bolster. Maybe make your gentle fists again and slowly release more of the stress from today. You got one more minute left. So slowly start to wiggle your fingers and toes. And bring yourself up to seated. And let's keep ourselves nice and relaxed. So let's bring our chairs over. Or if you want to put your legs up the wall, whatever you're comfortable with. Some people like to put the bolster under their hips when they do legs up the wall or the chair. I would rather not. That's just me. So I like to keep my blanket like this, and then I like to move my chair. And sometimes I like to wrap my feet and legs up. So I'm gonna do that by putting the blanket over my chair. So take your time, get yourself set up. I'll show you how to get set up, and then I'm gonna read a body scan to you. So take your time. And if you want your bolster, you need to get a blanket. So what you want to do is make sure your feet are nice and comfortable on this chair. And get yourself set up. You might want a blanket for your head or a pillow. I have a hood. Oh, I don't have a hood. Usually I like my hoodie on. So just get yourself set up, wiggle down and relax. Move my chair a little bit closer. So close your eyes when you get where you want to be. Place your hands, you can put them on your chest, you can put them on your sides, you can place them however, wherever they feel most comfortable. So we're going to start by closing our eyes. And we're going to find our breath just a little bit. And we're going to start by taking our hands and rubbing our temples. So we're going to massage our heads and think about relaxing ourselves. And work your fingertips to your cheeks, to your chin. So just gently massage your face. And then take your hands and maybe massage the back of your neck, turning your head from side to side, and just really letting that stress go of the day. And when you're ready, set your hands down where they feel comfortable. And close your eyes. So we're going to start by relaxing our shoulders. We're going to think about melting our shoulders into that mat. So your shoulders are nice and heavy. And let the stress go in your arms and in your forearms. And maybe make your gentle fists again. Slowly release that stress. Set your hands back down. And think about your hips and your back. So when we get to our legs, we have a tendency to hold our legs on the chair or hold our legs up the wall. And I want you to really let them go, like really let your legs get heavy. So think of your legs like an anchor. They're nice and heavy. Maybe your toes flop open, your knees flop open. So you're really letting that chair do the work. And you're going to close your eyes and you're going to lay here nice and relaxed. We're going to be here for about 6 minutes, 7 minutes. And I'm going to read you a nice meditation. It's my favorite. I like to read this once a month. It's just a great reminder. So if you've been to my class before, you've heard this before. So make yourself nice and comfortable and take a beautiful cleansing breath through your nose and exhale through your mouth. So repeat quietly in your mind. Tonight was a great night. As you breathe slowly and deeply, imagine a vibrant yellow light flowing into your entire body with every breath you take. This yellow light is charged with this powerful positive energy. So with every breath you take, your body becomes naturally energized. You might feel a slight tingling as this positive yellow energy spreads throughout your entire body, recharging every cell and every part of you. As your life force is recharged with this positive, vibrant energy, you feel simple pleasures in being alive. You begin to look forward to this great night. Embrace this feeling. Give yourself permission to feel great, to feel great about yourself. So quietly repeat in your mind, I am energized, I am healthy, and I feel great. Just be quietly aware in the back of your mind that with every breath you take, your body and your energy and your mind will recharge. So keep breathing nice and steady. So smile to yourself. Pay attention to how that little smile improves your overall evening mood. So try to keep that smile on your face. Will you repeat quietly in your mind after me? I love my life. I am grateful for my life. I love who I am. I am confident. I am loved. I am happy. I feel great about myself. I am safe and I feel safe. Tonight, everything is fun and easy. Tonight, wonderful things will happen to me. I am allowing myself to enjoy this night. I am allowing myself to relax and get some sleep. So just relax for a few more minutes here and breathe. Slowly wiggle your fingers and toes and push that chair away and drop your legs to one side, or if you're on the couch, or if you're on the wall, just slide your feet down that wall and lay in your right or left side. And when you're ready, come onto your backs for Shavasana. If you want to cover up and really relax, we're going to be here for the rest of the class, and then we'll do a quick close to the practice. So we're going to have about an 8-minute Shavasana. So I really want you to relax. Remember your breathing. Remember making fists, and slowly, slowly, really just letting things go. And if you feel like your mind's too active, maybe count backwards from 1,000. That's really hard to do. It's amazing how hard that is. Close your eyes and go into your Shavasana, which is your resting pose. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe gently roll on to one side or the other. If you want to stay down in Shavasana, that's fine. If you'd like to sit up and join me, we're going to close our eyes. I'm going to read something out of my favorite book, Heart Talk. So release judgment. Replace it with loving kindness. Release pressure. Replace it with care. Release comparison and replace it with gratitude. I'm going to give you guys a little homework tomorrow morning when you wake up and you see yourself in the mirror. I want you to smile and be kind to yourself and be happy to see your face, just like you would when you see your best friend or your dog. Just be gentle and kind. And remember that anytime you're feeling stress, anytime during the day, you can close your eyes and go back to your practice, go back to your Shavasana space, to that energy and to that peace. So have a wonderful sleep tonight and namaste.